All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to Nalu Mind the Flow. Today is day 8, and we've accompanied Nalu on their journey through discovering the breath, noticing the breathing on the body, noticing the touch of the breath, and now starting to take control of the breathing and noticing how they can maybe change their own physiology or ideology a little bit just by watching the breath. And in the orientation or the introduction to Nalu, we learned that Nalu lives on an island, and they learned these practices from their neighbors on a neighbor island. And as such, they learned this counted breathing practice that they want to try out today. And it might be something that they can use to help regulate their sensations and regulate their feelings and maybe keep their mind at ease. So yesterday, Nalu was practicing just taking some deep breaths and letting those breaths go out. And today, Nalu wants to practice a boxed breathing technique. So counting the breaths as they come in and counting the breaths as they go out. For this practice, we will use a count of 4, and we will count the inhale for 4 breaths, and then we will hold the breath for 4 breaths, and then we'll count the exhale for 4 breaths, and then we'll hold the breaths empty for the count of 4 as well. And so we'll do that a few times just to get into the practice. And what this is designed to do is really regulate the body's circulatory system. The holds at the top and the bottom help us sort of let the lungs do a little bit of extra work and help us regulate our system. So let's give it a shot. We'll do 2 or 3 of these, and then we'll let the body go back to a normal practice, to a normal breathing just after that. So go ahead and take an inhale for the count of 4. So inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then holding for a count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling for a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4, and holding for 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4, and then holding for 4, 2, 3, 4, and one more time. Inhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4, and holding for 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4, and holding on the exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. And now just let the breath go back to normal. If that was difficult for you, it's fine. If you didn't keep the counts, that's totally awesome. If it's your first time experiencing this, it can be kind of confusing at first, but just go ahead and let the breath come back to normal. And notice how it feels. Notice how your body feels. You might be noticing different sensations within the body, or you might notice different sensations in your throat or your face or your neck. And just observe those sensations as they happen. And these are probably natural sensations of a different kind of oxygen coming into the body and a different kind of exhale going out. And just let the breath return back to normal for a few breaths. And I'm going to go ahead and mute myself for just a minute and just observe the breathing as we have in previous days, maybe bringing the attention to where the breath is entering and leaving the body, maybe bringing attention to the torso where the breath is rising and falling, and just observing the natural breath for a few minutes here, natural breath observation. And as you observe the breath, the mind might want to wander, or the mind might want to start telling stories, and that's a very natural occurrence. That's what the mind is supposed to do. That's what it's designed to do. It's a storytelling mind, and that's totally great. But just bring the attention back to the breath. Nalu has been practicing this all week as well, bringing the attention back to the breath and just noticing how the breath comes into the body and how the breath moves out of the body. And just observing a few more natural breaths here together and watching the inhales happen and then watching the exhales happen. And then again, if you're comfortable, you're welcome to take a couple more box breaths together. I'll be counting those out as well. And if you're not comfortable with that, it's no worry. Just keep continuing to observe the breath and watch the breath happen naturally. And that's a totally great way to participate as well. But if you'd like to take a boxed breath one more time together, I'm going to be counting it out. So get ready to go ahead and inhale on the count of 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and one more time. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, and holding. 4, and exhaling. 2, 3, 4, and holding. 2, 3, 4. And if you'd like to continue on your own, you're welcome to do that. And exhaling and holding. Or you're welcome to return back to your normal breath. Or you're welcome to continue practicing the box breathing. Just pay attention to what works for you and try and enjoy the sensation and feeling of this kind of air moving in and moving out of the body. So today, Nalu has taken control of the breath. We've taken control of our breath, and we've practiced a box breathing technique with the count of 4. This technique can be used before any kind of stressful situation, or even after a stressful situation, to kind of bring the nerves back into order, calms the mind a little bit, and helps us deal with any stress or anxiety that we might have. And I appreciate folks being here today and experiencing this together. There's more information if you need it on the Nalu website. And I super appreciate having you here. And thank you again for joining. Today was day 8 of Nalu Mind the Flow, and look forward to seeing you again if you can join us in the future. And in the meantime, please enjoy.